Gentlemen, honored guests, the ceremony will commence in 5 minutes, starting with the procession of the graduands, followed by the academic procession. In respect of this occasion, we ask that you please take your seats and remind you to turn off any electronic devices. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, please rise for the procession of the graduands and remain standing for the academic procession.
Welcome to the fall convocation of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and what a beautiful day we have. We begin by acknowledging that we are gathered here today on the traditional and unceded territories of the Coast Salish people who have lived here for millennia. Our university region includes the Swasan, Musqueam, Semiahmoo, Katesik, Kwantlen peoples, and of course the Kwantlen who bestowed their name on this university. We thank all our First Nations for sharing their land and their resources with us. Now, Elder in Residence, Lakayton, is here to bless the convocation. Please remain standing.
My dear ones, congratulations to all of the parents, families, extended families from all countries of the world, to our students who walked this one last long mile. Congratulations to each and every one of you for working so hard, for always improving mankind. When you do good things for the earth, we see change, and you give us hope. I congratulate each and every one of you coming to the territories, to the Kwantlen. I know that the Chief Kwantlen First Nation sends her regrets for not being here, but she also extends that warm, warm welcome. Thank you all. Have a great day and welcome. God bless the day. May you have Godspeed into the future and continue to serve as British Columbia's very, very best citizens. Heitzka Siam, all my relations.
Great, thank you. Please remain standing for the singing of O Canada, led by Lauren Berg, who's a student in KPU's music program. Lauren. Thank you, Lauren. Please be seated. Chancellor. I declare Kwantlen Polytechnics University Convocation in session to honor our 2017 graduates. My name is Alan Davis, and I have the honor of serving as KPU's President and Vice Chancellor. Convocation means to call together by summons, and in universities, convocations are called for the conferring of degrees and for the recognition of outstanding achievement. So it is today that we call colleagues and friends together to honor KPU's graduates and honorary and distinguished awardees of 2017. I would like to introduce the members of the platform party. Please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. KPU's Chancellor, Dr. George Melville. From the KPU Alumni Association Board, Vikram Baba. Representing the Kwantlen Student Association, Tanveer Singh. A Dean Emeritus, Roger Elms, also representing the KPU Retiree Association. past honorary degree recipient Mike McKay, Vice Chair of the University Senate, Dr. David Burns, the members of our faculty who are here today. I'd also like to recognize Henry Davison, who's in the audience. Very special day. It's our first graduates of the BSc in biology, which we'll talk about later. President and Vice President Academic Dr. Salvador Ferreras, Associate Vice President Academic Dr. Steve Cardwell, Vice Provost for Students Dr. Jane Fee, and Vice Provost for Teaching and Learning Dr. Stephanie Chu, the University Registrar and Marshal of Convocation Zena Mitchell, the Dean of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design, Carolyn Robertson, the Dean of the Faculty of Arts, Dr. Diane Purvey, the Dean of Science and Horticulture, Dr. Betty Warabek, the Associate Dean of the Wilson School of Design, Andra Goudre, the Associate Deans of the Faculty of Arts, Dr. Wade Deisman and Dr. Faith Orton-Cuff, the Associate Dean of Science and Horticulture, Joel Murray, the University Librarian, Todd Mundell, and other members of the university administration here today. And last but not least, the honorary degree recipient, Sherry D. Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in acknowledging the platform party of today's convocation. Also joining us today in the audience are many friends, family, and colleagues of Sherry D. Wilson. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. Chancellor Melville, would you please bring greetings to the convocation?
President Davis, board members, Senate members, graduates, honored guests, family members, faculty, staff, and alumni, welcome to Kwantlen Polytechnic University's Fall Convocation Ceremony. Today, we celebrate the successes of our graduates. I'd like to extend a big congratulations to each and every one of you. You should be very proud of the work you've done and the decisions you've made that have gotten you here today. I would like to talk about two things this morning: pride and passion. I'm lucky. I love what I do, and I've always striven to pursue what I'm passionate about. When my peers in grade school talked about becoming doctors, astronauts, firemen, I dreamed of becoming a chartered accountant. Who would have ever thought that my dream would put me on this stage as your chancellor today? I didn't know then where following that passion would lead me, but I do know this: people who are successful find success through passion. Everyone starts at the same level, and it's passion that will set you apart. So of the two things I'd like to leave with you today, one is to encourage you to find something you want to do, and the other is, when you find it, do it with passion. Today you are joining a community of alumni, many of whom have found great success doing just that. These include an award-winning visionary entrepreneur running a successful multi-million-dollar business right here in Surrey, an alumni who turned her capstone project into a successful restaurant business in Vancouver, and a designer whose collection was recently featured on the runway at Vancouver Fashion Week. Our grads are philanthropists, critical thinkers, entrepreneurs, and global citizens. This university's alumni are representing KPU locally, nationally, and globally in an incredibly impactful way. Today you join that community, one I'm proud to be part of as a KPU alumnus. And as each of you pursue your own passions and embark on your own paths to success, I hope you join me in sharing that pride. With each of our own individual successes, we help make KPU's reputation a little bit bigger, better, and bolder. So graduates, be passionate and take pride in what you do and where you've come from. On behalf of your university, I wish you continued success, and once again, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Laura Brecky will address the convocation on behalf of the graduates. Laura graduates today with a Bachelor of Science with a major in biology.
Thank you. Good morning, graduates, friends, and family. I am very honored to speak to you today. When I first came to Kwantlen, I didn't know what to expect. I registered late and started classes a week into the semester. I was so focused on catching up and keeping up that I couldn't think about much else. Somehow I managed to get into an English class that I shouldn't have been in, and that was really awkward. Eventually, I relaxed and got into the swing of things, but that didn't mean everything went smoothly. I remember taking an 8 a.m. calculus class, and I think you can all imagine how well that went. Then there were semesters where I had all the classes I needed, everything lined up nicely, except for that 1 4-hour gap in the middle of the day, twice a week. Too short to go home and relax, but too long to just sit around campus. And of course, there were times when I've stressed out over final projects and exams so much that I didn't sleep for 2 days and that I thought I was losing my hair. There's that moment, too, when I realized I had 2 exams on the same day, and I had to decide which one was more important and which one to actually study for, or if it was worth it to beg the instructor to change it. But through all this drama and stress, you learn a lot. Between time management skills and which corners you cut and which ones you can't, you learn from your mistakes, and it drives you to do better, like never take an 8 a.m. class again. You learn how to take notes and which ways of studying are best for you. I can't tell you how many times people have asked me how I study, and when I say that I just rewrote the notes, they look so disappointed. But I know what works for me, and it may not be the same for them. At KPU, you also learn by doing things, not just sitting around talking about it and knowing it in theory. I've done things in class that I never thought I would or even could do. In the lab, I've sequenced DNA, grown cultures of E. coli and C. elegans, and closely examined various plants and animals. And there have been projects outside of the lab as well. I've trapped fish in Logan Creek at the Langley campus and been asked by campus security what we're doing there at 8 o'clock at night. I've also examined the pillars at White Rock Pier, which meant going out at low tide at 9 p.m., standing in the freezing water for hours, and somehow managing not to fight with my partners. And the field trips, waking up at 4 a.m. to go to Colony Farm and learn about the birds there, walking through Burns Bog and other parks, and best of all, going to Bamfield Marine Sciences Center for an entire weekend, where I was so thrilled to see a weasel and learned that marine biology probably isn't for me. The experience that tops all others, though, was designing and implementing my own research project in the Garden City lands near Richmond campus, even though it meant being visited by an RCMP officer asking what I was doing. And all of this was so much fun. Yes, it was work, but it was enjoyable, working together with friends and instructors to get out there and do the work with my own hands. There's nothing quite like it. And through it all, you build friendships that last. It starts with seeing familiar faces in your classes, then you learn their names, and next thing you know, you're planning a party to celebrate the end of final exams. You share notes in class, plan study groups, and life seems to go a little easier when you have people around you that understand what you're going through. It doesn't matter if these friends are younger than you or older than you or whatever. You're all going through the same experiences. And you make friends with the instructors as well. You talk about things outside of school, about your life and your family, and that's okay. They actually know who you are, not just a number on a page, just a name on a page or a number on a computer. The memories I have made here, inside and outside the classroom, are something I will treasure forever, and I hope it's all the same for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Each year, KPU awards honorary doctoral degrees for outstanding and sustained achievement in our community by people within and outside of the university who reflect our values and who represent the very best in citizenship through leadership, academic endeavor, creativity, public service, advocacy, entrepreneurship, a legacy of respect and understanding towards others, and for humanitarian contributions. The degrees are awarded honoris causa, for the sake of honor. I have the privilege of introducing to you today, Sherry D. Wilson, who has been selected and approved by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University to receive the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa, in recognition of her contributions to the arts. Sherry D. Wilson is an award-winning author of 11 books, the creator of 4 short films, and has released 3 albums which combine music and poetry. She is known for her electrifying performance style, making her a favorite of festivals around the world. She has read, performed, lectured, and taught in festivals throughout Canada, the USA, UK, France, Spain, Belgium, Mexico, and South Africa. In her poems, Sherry D uses personal narrative to address themes of social justice, lost languages, bullying, violence against women, and the earth. She was the founding artistic director of both the Calgary International Spoken Word Festival and the Banff Centre Spoken Word Program, which helped transform the possibilities for spoken word and its practitioners. In April 2017, she launched a new collection of poetry entitled The Book of Sensations and a full-length CD with poetry and music called Dragon Rouge. Her collection, Re-Zoom in 2005, won the Stephen G. Stephenson Award for Poetry. She was editor of the celebrated The Spoken Word Workbook, an inspiration for poets who teach. In 2015, Sherry D served as KPU's Creative Writing Department's Writer-in-Residence. During her residency, she read from her book, Open Letter, Women Against Violence Against Women, a book that was noteworthy for how it addressed the systematic violence encountered by far too many women on a daily basis. Her performance was significant not only for its originality and craft, but it brought to foreground important thought and discussion on such a necessary and difficult topic. This book went on to be nominated for the prestigious 2015 Robert Croce Poetry Award for the best book in poetry. As a teacher, Sherry D taught her students to embrace their writing as an extension of themselves, advocating for claiming their voice as their own and taking on a life in their writing they wouldn't have otherwise considered. Awarding an honorary degree to Sherry D. Wilson not only acknowledges her commitment to the literary arts, but also celebrates the legacy of a true Canadian original. Chancellor Melville, I present to you Sherry D. Wilson, Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Hello, everyone. It is a great privilege to be here, and thank you so much for that kind introduction. We are honored to be on the unceded traditional and ancestral lands of the Kwantlen First Nations people. The name Kwantlen, as named by a female chief, is tireless runner in the Kwantlen language. This language is on the critical extinction list, and it is going extinct with so many languages. These are the languages of the land generally. They are connected to the land, as the land is connected to women, as we have lost respect for women, as we need to change that. I would like to thank Kwantlen University President Alan Davis, the Selection Committee, and the Senate. Thank you to the Creative Writing Department head, Nicola Harmon, and a special thanks goes out to Belay Nickerson, who is faculty here, for nominating me. Thank you to Alma Lee, who started the Writers' Union of Canada, also the Writers' Festival of Vancouver, the Vancouver Writers' Festival, to be exact, and to Dean Diane Purvey for your recommendation letters. And thank you to my family and friends for being here and standing by me always. Congratulations. It's a huge and terrific transition in your life. And I would like to congratulate each one of you for this huge landmark in your life, this place of transition, of epiphany, and of growth. It's a special day for you, also the families that have stood behind you and paid for everything and supported you with food and housing. And education is one of the most important things that a family can give you. I'm thrilled to be part of your special day, as you can probably tell. I'm in a state of honor. I guess you could say I'm honorific abilitudinatibus. You say, what does that mean? And I tell you, well, it's Google Shakespeare's longest word. And it means the state of being able to achieve honors. And so that's what we are together, honorific abilitudinatibus. And you can look it up, you can Google it, and then that thing comes up, and it will tell you how to pronounce it. That's how I learned it. I stand before you a poet, spoken word artist, lover of language, oral traditionalist. Language begins with the desire to communicate. It starts with thought, the intention, the idea, the image. The language moves through sound into words which dream themselves for me into poems and stories. When I was young, I wanted to be a poet. How do you become a poet? That was before creative writing departments. It was before spoken word even existed. And I heard about this place called Naropa, which was called the Jack Kerouac School of Disembodied Poetics. And I heard that all these thinkers and beatniks go down there and they share their ideas in poetry, and that excited me beyond belief. It's the things that excite you that create your passion. So I got down there. I'm not going to tell you how. You can ask me later. Got down there, ended up living in a house with these Buddhist women who let me live there for really cheap. And I studied, and I got to meet some of the greatest thinkers of our time. And it is their legacy that I continue, because it is the teachers we have. We take their knowledge forward, and we are very lucky to find great teachers. Always find great teachers. I still have great teachers to this day, and I go visit them, and they kick my butt, generally. But I was at Naropa, and there was Anne Waldman, this great poet, and she said to me, "So, you want to be a poet? Are you a poet?" And I said, "Yes!" And she said, "Okay." And she went like this, "You're a poet." And I thought, wow, that was easy. And then she went kind of intensely, and she said, "Now you have to take on the responsibility of being a poet." Okay. And so I did. And that set me on my path. The path is something that you will find for yourself. It is sometimes found through passion. It's sometimes something you stumble upon. You do not know how it's going to come, but you find it. And how I relate it is, it's called the path of least resistance. Not saying that I'm not a resistor, because I am. However, it's the path of least resistance because when you get on that path, there may be difficulties and challenges, and you will find the bumps in the roads, but you're still in motion. And when you come up against it, like it's like you're banging your head on the wall, for me, that means I'm on the wrong path. And I change path instantly because there's no motion. And I think if you're always in motion and then you're on your path of passion, things will be bumpy sometimes, but then you will just be told what to do. It's like you're told what to do, and then you must do what you're told to do. If someone says, "Send me a bio," and you go, "I don't want to write a bio," send the bio. So you're told what to do, and then all you have to do after that is respond to the opportunities that are given to you. And that's one of the hardest things, because you'll be told to do things and you'll think, "Oh, I just don't want to do it." You must do it. And that's really all I have to say. Take risks with your life. I have always taken risks, not with my life in the sense of, you know what I'm saying, but take risks and stay safe. You see what I mean? Yes, you know what I mean. It's sort of like this outlandish thing. Now, Alma Lee is here today. She had a huge impact on me. I was young and kind of wild, and I was working with street kids downtown, and I was teaching them performance and various other things, and I was kind of a little kook, and I'm glad I was. And, but then she phoned me from the Vancouver Writers Festival, which was, for me, this alliteratized, you know, it was a big deal. And she said, come and do your poems. So I went to my street kids and I said, oh, I'm going to go and do my poems with those alliteratized, but I'm going to sit on a cake, because I wrote a poem about sitting on a cake, and it's about poverty, actually. I'm just going to sit on that cake. And they said, we're going to make that cake. And I thought, uh-oh, I was just mouthing off. I really wasn't going to sit on the cake. They woke up super early that morning, and they came to my back door of my little house, well, a little apartment, actually, and it was this big cake. And I thought, oh, damn it. Okay, I'm going to lose face on this one. So we went down to the Granville Island where that festival was. And I did the poem about poverty, about sitting on the cake. And I sat on the cake. And that changed my life. It's an outlandish act. It was a huge risk. It changed my life. I was invited everywhere after that. But it was my poems that I then got to share. So sometimes when you do these outlandish acts, and after that, Alma Lee had me at the festival many, many times, and always acknowledged me as a poet. And she allowed me to be the poet that I was, and the person that I was. So once you get on that path, be the person that you are. Don't be swayed from it. Don't be told you don't fit in, none of that jazz. It's be who you are. That's it. That's it. That's it. They say 3 times for emphasis. So, you know, as I edited the spoken word workbook, it had 27 artists in it. All of them said the same thing, know thyself. And the only way to know thyself is to know what your boundaries are, what your safe places are, and to also stand for what you believe. And those circles will take you to the circles of your bliss. And your bliss is the thing that is your passion, your bliss. I know there's one more thing. I'm just going to share it. Maybe there's a couple, okay? You'll be rejected. You've probably received a lot of rejections up till now, but you'll be rejected more. And I always believe in responding to those rejections with love. First, anger, I just shake my fist, and then I release my fist, and I turn that into love. And as soon as you do that is when you're in your passion. It's not when you're here, it's when you're here that you're in your passion. And so I tell you, when you're rejected like I was from the MA program at the U of C, and I was marching up in my apartment, and I was marching up and down, and it was maybe 3 a.m. And then I remembered, oh yeah, there's a Canada Council grant for that spoken word, for that program. It wasn't even spoken word at that time, became that. I'm going to put a grant application in. I stayed up all night, put that application in. As I was writing the application, in my fury of anger and rejection, my hand opened, my heart opened, and I suddenly went into the place of love. And I started loving the ideas. I was like, wow, that would be great. That would be great, and that would be great. Yeah, stick it to the man. And wrote it, got the grant, and it became the most important spoken word festival in Canada for sure. And it was like an accident of rejection. So when you get rejected, turn that around. This is a brief thing that I'd like to read to you from a longer poem that I wrote for the One Voice Choir. They're going to be, they commissioned me to write it, and they gave me permission to say it to you today, or part of it. Love unlocks when it includes every combination, every denotation, alteration, constellation, every star. Love unlocks when it includes every combination of who you are, every stone upturned, every shadow self-learned, every tingling sensation, down to the scent of impending rain. Love unlocks when it includes every combination without restraint, true to true self. When we transmogrify, then we intensify. When we integrate our scorching pain, we look past ourselves into our own eyes, into the reflection of infinity's mirror, and that's when we see all sides of ourselves to the core. As libraries vanish, new words arrive, and we roar, and we roar. This is who I am, and I stand behind myself. So, today I received this beautiful award. As you receive these distinctions, I would say, perhaps it is I am a doctor of letters. Perhaps I am the physician of love. And I say to you this final thing. My mother has this room, well, my parents have this room in their house. And this room is called the living room to them. I've always called it the wedding room, because it's filled with grandmother, mother, sister, everyone who's gotten married, and their gowns, and they were all standing in their gowns. And I've never married, and so I don't have a gown. So I never appeared in what I call the wedding room. I phoned my mom to tell her, oh, I'm going to receive this award. And she said, are you going to wear a gown? I said, a gown? Yes. Well, get your picture taken. You can be in the wedding. You can be in the living room. So you see, you only have to live long enough. I received this distinction. I send you off with all the best wishes in my heart. Go forth, transmogrify, know thyself, and always move in love. Thank you very much.
Wow. Thank you so much, Sherry-Dee. But before you sit down, I'd like you to stand up again with the graduands here. We will now certify the graduands. Will the graduands please rise? Chancellor Melville, it is with great pleasure that I hereby certify that the graduands here present and those in absentia have met the requirements for the credentials to be presented this day as prescribed by the Senate of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, and I ask that you confer upon them their credentials.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the statutes of the Province of British Columbia, and upon the recommendation of the Senate and Registrar of Kwantlen Polytechnic University, I confer upon you the credential to which you are entitled, and invest with you all the rights and privileges, powers and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. In keeping with the tradition of university convocations, please move your tassels from the right to the left side. Congratulations to you all. You may be seated.
Well, now the moment you've been waiting for, we will present each of our graduates to the convocation. Dr. Jane Fee will present the graduates and will be assisted by the registrar. Offering Congratulations to each graduate as they cross the stage will be myself with the presentation of a commemorative medal, Chancellor Melville, the dean of each faculty being presented today, and each graduate will be presented with an invitation from Vikram Bubba and Nancy Armitage on behalf of the KPU Alumni Association. Graduates, I'll ask you to return to your seats as directed by the marshals after crossing the stage, and we'll try to keep this orderly, and please stay until everyone has crossed the stage, but vocal encouragement of your favorite graduate is very welcome. This is, after all, a celebration. Dr. Fee, when you're ready.
We will now recognize the graduates of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design. Bachelor of Design, Fashion and Technology. Ronnie Pickering. Bachelor of Design, Product Design, Tsu Yun Chang. Bachelor of Interior Design, Ramin Sanjabi. Kezia Jael Lapitan. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Chip and Shannon Wilson School of Design. We will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. Bachelor of Arts, double major in Anthropology and Psychology, Sharon Sen. Bachelor of Arts, double major in Criminology and Psychology, Jessica Lara Brynelson. Bachelor of Arts, double major in English and History, Akira Hikida. With distinction, Mark Sloan. Bachelor of Arts, double minor, Mary Ann Diakau. Bachelor of Arts, General Studies, Eximar Daliwal. Jing Zi K. Keju K. Tara Kathleen Offer. Li Xiang Zhang. Ron Zhou. Bachelor of Arts, major in Anthropology, with distinction, Serena Rochelle Miller. Bachelor of Arts, major in Applied Geography, Sarash Ijaz. Bachelor of Arts, major in creative writing, Hannah Ingrid Norman. Bachelor of Arts, major in criminology, honors, Pin Ju Rachel Chen. Rachelle Luden. With distinction, Victor David Yao. Bachelor of Arts, major in criminology, Itinder Paul Brar. Jaspreet Kaur Brar. Neha Dewan. Hardeep Kaur Dulay. Irvin Estrella. Gurjivan Singh Gill. Sumit Goraya. Pawandeep Singh Hare. Brian Mudimbwa Jahava. Navpreet Megan Kaila. Gurveer Singh Kalket. Tarnveer Singh Kun Kuna. Vivian Jessie Kichi Kwan. Matthew Ginhwa Lee. Stefano Domenico Mastromonaco. With distinction, Melissa Joan Milhone. Celine Jennifer Mendoza Orendane. Gurbinder Kaur Randawa. Amrit Kaur Sandhu. Monica Helena Soltis. Jessica Lee Wozniak. Plato Young. Bachelor of Arts, major in English, with distinction, Rawiya Inaim. Amanda Lamb. Bachelor of Arts, major in History, Ryan Joshua Beal. Vicky Garris. Krzysztof Lukowski. Norman Yap. Gerline Bath. Monique Cabral Sison. Associate of Arts degree in Criminology, Sharina Kumar. Associate of Arts degree in Geography with distinction, Alan Saw. Diploma in Criminology, Cassandra Lee Anna Webb. Diploma in General Studies, Faizan Ahmad. Associate of Arts degree in Criminology, Jasmine Naidu. Diploma in General Studies, Ankit Bata. Mandeep Singh Buller. Jaji Chen. Jining Chen. Hugh Ching Chow. Binbin Huang. Yi Huang. Rajdeep Singh Kamboj. Diksha Kapila. Manpreet Kaur. Parneet Kaur. Ramandeep Kaur. Paramveer Singh Manesh. Lovedeep Singh Mittu. Ikinderdeep Kaur Sangha. Rahul Sharma. Jashanjot Singh. Jobandeep Singh. Pardaman Singh. Tanvir Singh. Zi Jing Huang. Chin Miao Wu. Shi Hao Zhang. Rui Zhu. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Arts. Chancellor Melville, I present to you, or we will now recognize the graduates of the Faculty of Science and Horticulture. Bachelor of Science, major in Biology, Raina Holly Brands. Laura Catherine Brecky. Associate of Science degree in Biology, Gurkirat Singh Nijar. Alexandra Barbara Todea. Associate of Science degree in General Science, Pawanpreet Kaur Dillon. Yashmeet Kaur. Graham Martin Morley. Simran. Navjot Virk. Associate of Science degree in Mathematics with distinction, Simorjit Singh Thind. Shwaran Drang. Diploma in Brewing and Brewery Operations, Sandra Lee Hoffman. Diploma in Computer-Aided Design and Drafting, Ravinder Singh. Diploma in Science, Harnoor Singh. Diploma of Technology in Environmental Protection, Cooperative Education Option with Distinction, Brandon Wesley Croker. Connie Desiree Olson. Jeffrey Allen Schmidt. With distinction, Elliot Ralph Spicer. Chancellor Melville, I present to you the graduates of the Faculty of Science and Horticulture. Chancellor Melville, this concludes the presentation of our graduates.
Well, after all the applause that you got, I think it's your turn to stand up and turn around and thank all those who helped get you here today. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, you can make some noise if you like. Corey Anderson Fennell, on behalf of the Kwantlen Polytechnic University Alumni Association, will provide a welcome to its newest members. Please sit.
Good morning, everyone. First off, I extend my sincerest congratulations to you, our graduates, and your families on behalf of your alumni community. I address you today as an employee of KPU and a proud KPU alumna. Many years ago, far too many to count, I was exactly where you are today. I was graduating from this institution. I had a shiny new certificate in journalism, and I was ready to impress the world with my prowess as an investigative reporter. I was a Kwantlen graduate after all, therefore I could do anything. But I was scared. These walls here, they're safe. My instructors were experts in their fields. They were supportive, knowledgeable, and patient. And my fellow students, they were strangers who became real friends. But this outside world, it was terrifying. My instructors were replaced by employers, and my cohort was replaced by co-workers. I went to work at a newspaper, and strangely enough, my first boss was also a Kwantlen alumnus. No wonder he hired me. As it turned out, two of the other writers at the newspaper were also alumni. We had shared histories, an instant, unbreakable bond. A few career moves later, the boss was again from Kwantlen, except this time that boss was me. And I went on to hire lots of Kwantlen alumni over the years, and why not? You're the best at what you do. And now you're also part of an organization of the very best. You're part of the KPU Alumni Association. So just when you thought your journey at KPU was coming to an end, I'm here to tell you it's just the beginning. If you're feeling nostalgic as you transition from student to alumni, it might help you to know that you can take the student out of KPU, but you can never take KPU out of the student. We will always be rooting for you. We will always be championing your achievements, and we will always be with you. The KPU alumni community is vast, with more than 50,000 graduates. It is your lifelong connection to KPU. We strive to provide you with the relevant resources to help you build and maintain your success. This includes rewards and benefits exclusive to alumni. Our alumni are all over the world and they're doing amazing things. They're making it better they're making it more interesting, and they're making it their own. We welcome you to this esteemed community where you can inspire and be inspired by your fellow graduates. For now, I wish you every success, every joy, and every triumph, and I look forward to staying in touch. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, Corrie. Well, I'd like to close with a few words specifically about this university and its importance to our community within the context of the crucial role that universities of all shapes and sizes play in our society. We're part of a global community of thousands of universities, almost all of which are founded upon and dedicated to the great ideals of civilization: liberty, truth, sustainability, beauty, and justice. And they respect and preserve culture and language and ideas and inspire their learners and others to do the same and to become active agents in creating a better world, whatever their field of study. In order to do this, universities have for centuries cherished their autonomy and the academic freedom of their faculty and learners, and their right and responsibility to always question the status quo and to explore new knowledge while tackling complex issues, and to do so respectfully, ethically, and thoughtfully. Here at KPU, though we're still very young as a university, we continue this tradition, and not just by dressing up twice a year like extras in a Harry Potter movie. We like to blend the medieval tradition of our uniforms and gowns here with the much older traditions, of course, of our Indigenous people, and we appreciate very much our elder-in-residence, LeCaiton, for being here with us today. There are serious reasons for the pomp and the ceremony here at Convocation, in addition to being, we hope, an appropriate celebration of your success. It reminds us of all the hard-won freedoms that universities continue to protect and to foster on behalf of society, and of the reconciliation still in progress with those peoples who have lived here for thousands of years. All of us here have had the honor and the privilege of helping each of you along the way in reaching your educational goals. Thank you for choosing us. Friends and family, thank you for all you have done in supporting our graduates and for being here today. We installed a new Governor General in Ottawa earlier this week. I was there, not for that, but for some other reason. But it was kind of nice to be in the town while this was happening. And I watched an interview that she gave on that occasion, a quiet interview. But she talked about, at 9 years old, watching the first moon landing with her parents around a television. I can imagine it was black and white, one of those big old tube things. You probably don't know anything about this. Anyway, she said, I want to do that. I want to be an astronaut. And her parents said, okay. And a lot of people sort of trashed the idea as she moved through her life, but her parents, their reaction was very powerful. Said, okay, and reminded me when Sherry D was telling her story of the poet who said, it's okay, but you still have to do it. You have to accept the responsibility and you have to do it, but we're right with you and we're there to support you. Sherry, what can I say? You did us great honor by receiving your award today and becoming part of the Kwantlen Polytechnic University family. Thank you for being here. Thank you to all those who came with you. And Laura Brecky, what can I say? How I studied when I was an undergraduate was by rewriting the notes. And when you said that, it brought a cheer to my heart. Myself and Jim Penman sat side by side in our little 10-foot by 10-foot room that we shared. Those were the days we had to walk 2 miles every day. You know the stories. But every night we would rewrite our lecture notes. And that was our methodology. Worked for us, so don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So go forth, and if you haven't got one already, take the advice my father gave to me when I graduated. Those 3 little words that mean so much. Get a job. This concludes our convocation. I'd like to thank all of those who've been involved in the planning and execution of the ceremonies this week. I invite you to join us at the reception across the way in Surrey, Maine for hugs and photographs. Chancellor Melville, please dismiss the convocation. Please stand and remain standing until the platform party and the graduates have exited the convocation. Thank you.
In honor of our deep respect for the Kwantlen First Nation, I offer this blessing in harmony with and with deep respect for the many faiths and philosophic traditions represented here today. As you continue on life's journey, may you walk tirelessly. May the Creator walk with you. May His peace be in your minds. May her love be in your hearts. All my relations. I declare the convocation closed.